Hi there. My name is Mariam, and I'm here with Dimitri to discuss the sustainable transition with you today. Not only is this important for the future of our planet, but also for the future of your bank. Every bank understands the importance of sustainability. It presents new opportunities for revenue. It's relevant for your risk and return. And, of course, regulators are stepping in too. So for whatever reason, you as a banker will face the sustainable transition. We are Fyndoo, and today we will be talking about the impact-based pricing. Let me just sorry, I'll go back to that. So, sustainable transition. Maybe the biggest challenge with any transition is how to change behavior. We saw in the Netherlands the total gas consumption there in 2022 was the lowest in 50 years. Not because suddenly everybody got environmentally focused. No, it was the price of gas. Price can have a massive influence on behavior. We're going to talk about the impact-based pricing with you today. Fyndoo's impact-based pricing is capable to price any type of loan based on 186 ESG parameters. This way, it can be easily implemented across all your lending products. To keep it simple, we're going to demonstrate it today by pricing a car loan. So let's assume that I'm a consumer and I want to buy a car. I'm going to take my bank app, and here you can see my overview. There's not much in there to buy this car by myself. So let's go to advice and apply for a loan. I'm going to select car loan. The amount that I need is 20,000 euros. I'm going to keep the duration on 60 months, as I find it reasonable. The engine is a hybrid car with a carbon emission of 22 kilograms per 100 kilometers. In this demo, emission is influencing the price, so that's why I fill it in manually. In a real-life banking app, you probably want to ask a make and a model and base the data on that. So let's continue. I'm going to select Next, and here you can see my account overview with the offer that my bank is giving me. You can see the loan amount, the monthly amount, and the fixed interest rate of 5%. The most interesting part is the section in green, in which my bank is giving me the offer to save an additional 1,000 euros by selecting a more sustainable option, being an electric car. So let's go ahead and change the car type to an electric car and see what happens. Now you can see that the offer has changed. You can see the monthly amount has been reduced, the fixed interest rate changed from 5 to 3%, and most interesting part is the benefit to go green, which is above 2K compared to a gas-powered car. Interesting, right? But there's more. And for that, I would like to give the floor to Dimitri.
Thanks, Mariam. So you just saw that the emissions influence the price of a loan. And that means that lower emissions give you a reward. Quite simple, right? But maybe you have different ideas. Maybe there's other things that are important for you. Maybe you want to focus less on emissions, or maybe more. Or maybe you want to focus on other things. And this is about your policy. This is about your choices. How do you choose to stand out? How do you choose to drive sustainability? And that brings us to the second part of our demo, the ESG Mix Panel, a tool for you as a banker to set your own policy. So the ESG Policy Mix Panel allows you to configure your ESG policies, to publish these, and to use those instantly. So let me show you around. So here you see the ESG Policy Mix Panel. You see a lot of setters divided into 3 groups: environment, social, and governance. And the concept is actually really easy. You move them up, you make them more important. You move them down, you make them less important. So and above the sliders, you will see buttons, each representing a certain perspective. So if I choose emissions, you see the sliders change accordingly. And above the sliders, you will see the ESG settings. And since there are a lot of parameters that you can set as a banker, it's also handy to see what the consequences are for your portfolio on a higher level. So that brings us to the top. This is where you see 2 donuts. The left one representing an expert-weighted score of your portfolio. The right donut showing the score of your portfolio based on your ESG choices. So let's go back to the sliders. You will see that these are in a neutral position, meaning that none of them are favored. And let's play around with this. Let's make a change. So I'm going to change the job satisfaction slider all the way up. and I'm going to publish it to our impact-based pricing engine. And just to give you a spoiler alert, I don't think that this will change anything for the car loan, because it's not relevant. But this would be relevant if we would be talking about a business loan. So, for example, it would be important, how well is the entrepreneur able to retain his talents? But let's go to the car loan app. Marianne, changes?
No changes visible.
Great, so we have just shown that it only affects relevant products. But let's make another change. Let's change something that is relevant. Let's go to the CO2 emissions slider, move it all the way up, making it super important, and let's publish it again to our impact-based pricing engine. Back to you, Mariam.
Yeah, let's see what happens. And I'm going to refresh it. There. Did you spot the change? You can see that my monthly amount has risen, my fixed interest rate has risen as well, and the saving of additional 3,000 euros is compared to my previous scenario, in where you can see that the emission is much more aggressively priced, making it a great incentive for me as a consumer to take the step.
Indeed, because what motivates people is not getting lectures or guilt trips. No, it is earning rewards. And I would like to ask you, bankers out there in the audience, are you tired of cookie-cutter policies? Are you ready for an ESG policy that you can customize, one where you call the shots? And not because it gives you this warm and fuzzy feeling inside when doing the right thing. No, you want to be outstanding. You want to be clear. You want to be compelling to your potential customers, aligning with their values, promoting sustainability. You want to be the one that stands out, right? The one that is their top choice. We're Fyndoo. Thanks for tuning in. Come and visit us at our stand and let's get to know each other.